Livvy, just a few weeks away now to the Paralympics. I mean, you were saying earlier, it feels like a second home games. How excited are you?
Oh, I'm so excited. Obviously, being here in Paris now, I really get to feel of it. And I can't believe next time I come back out here, it's actually going to be for the Paralympic Games. And oh, it's just so exciting. I can't believe how quickly it's coming around. And last night being in the stadium it really started to feel real. And it's like next time I come here is when I'm going to be there competing. So, yeah.
And you've competed in front of like 60,000 capacity crowds at London 2012, London 2017 as well. I mean, the Stade de France is huge, and you've seen what the atmospheres have been like so far. And I think there's a feeling that Paris can be like London after what Rio and Tokyo have been like in disappointments. Paris can really make an impact in Paris sport.
100%. I think obviously having Paris so close to home, only a 2 hour, Eurostars, we were just saying going to Manchester, it's going to be so easy. So I think it's going to be really good for Paris sport and getting the next generation out there and just letting people know if you have a disability, there is a sport out there for you. It may not be athletics, but maybe something else, but there is a life out there for you, and no matter if you're disabled, you can do sport.
And for anyone who doesn't know much about your kind of journey and how you got into the sport, you were one of the youngest people on the team at London 2012. How was that for you? And what was the journey in terms of getting to that point?
It's been an incredible journey. I think obviously now I'm one of the most senior member on the team. I'm a bit like, oh my god, I'm 28 years old now. This is my 4th games. But it's been an incredible journey. Obviously in London 2012 I had no pressure. We're getting now into Rio and then Tokyo and now into Paris. It's just the more pressure. But it means so much more to me. The hard work, the sacrifices you make. It just, it comes to you more, and it just means so much to you, and you really want to do well and also do your family and friends proud as well.
And like some of your biggest successes, you said this earlier on, but like you do so well under the biggest pressure. I remember like the Commonwealth Games, for example, and that amazing kind of gold medal there. I mean, when you reflect on that, where does that mindset come from?
I think it's just from experience I've had over the years, and I think having the pressure really pushes me on, and it really gets me motivated and just think, right, Livvy, come on, this is the one day of your life, you've worked so hard for this one day, come on, let's put everything together and show them what you can do. And that's what happened. Just don't get too nervous, don't get too excited, and try and enjoy it as well.
I was about to say, how do you mentally and I guess kind of like emotionally prepare for such a big event like an Olympics, like a Paralympics, because it does, I mean, it's watched by billions of people around the world. Do you just have to think, okay, this is just another race, or do you actually just use that kind of grandeur of the event and go, okay, this is showtime?
Yeah, I think it's literally that. I think it's literally like, this is showtime. Obviously, don't see this as like just one race. Like, think, right, this is showtime. This is like the one race and the one competition you've been working for, and let's just go and give it your all, and hopefully it's a good day.
And you're doing the 100 metres and the long jump. How does that relationship, obviously you're sprinting in the long jump, but how does that relationship work with the two events?
It goes really well together actually. I think with the runway you need to have the speed, and with the sprinting, I just love the sprinting. I can never stop that. So yeah, it actually works really well together. It's good to have a distraction if one's not going very well and the other is, then at least you've got one to focus on that's going well. But if they're both going great, amazing.
And I have to ask about, we've just seen the Rising Phoenix and the impact that. I remember watching the original one and thinking, wow, this transcends the sport. It's out on Netflix in front of millions of people as well. And we watched the trailer for the Tokyo one. I mean, what does an impact of such a documentary do for Paris sport?
Oh, Rising Phoenix is just so inspiring. It just shows what Paralympic sport is, and getting the stories out there as much as possible. And it's just so inspiring. I'm disabled myself, but I just don't see myself as inspiring. But Rising Phoenix is just a perfect example of what Paralympic sport is. And it's just amazing that Greg has put that documentary together. And I'm so excited to watch the Tokyo one now. Obviously seeing the trailer of it, it just blew my mind, and it's just so good to see, and it's just really good. Obviously that's another one as well, really hoping to get power sport out there and Paralympians out there, and just making them realise what a sport would make a difference to your life. And yeah, it's just so exciting. I can't wait to watch the full documentary in a few weeks' time.
And it seems like what got me is, representation, not just in front of the screen, but behind the screen as well. And actually that relatability aspect, how important is that?
Oh, Matt, it's so important. And I think, watching people, who have no arms or legs or, no hands or no feet, they just get on with life. And it's just really inspiring. They find a way to help themselves, and there's a way of have them living their lives, and it just shows, no matter if you don't have legs or arms or, vision, there is a life out there for you.
I remember chatting to, just a couple more, but I remember chatting to Tanny Gray about a year ago, and she said that, back when she was competing, obviously, it was very difficult. The rights for kind of para-athletes were nowhere near that of kind of Olympic athletes. Then London 2012 was about, it was amazing, but it was still about, how kind of brave athletes are, essentially. And she said that she wanted Paris to be, okay, this is about Great Britain winning the gold medal. And that's got to be the conversation. It's about an athlete winning a gold medal and the conversation around that. Do you feel kind of that as well? Or?
I think I'm a bit different to Tanny. I think for me, I'm just like, to get there is incredible. To get a medal is incredible. But to just be a Paralympian is incredible. Just be proud of yourself to get there. And that's a great example, and you've done your country proud, you've done your family and friends proud. It's all just about, medals are great, and that's what our funding's based on, but it's just about the journey and doing what makes you happy. And if you're happy and healthy, great.
And finally, for me, that inspiring the generation comment that I know you mentioned earlier on, especially after kind of Rio, when there was so much politics behind the scenes, Tokyo, obviously with COVID, Paris, the ability to inspire the generation, how significant is that going to be?
I think it's going to be really significant. I think obviously it's so close to home, and I think disability is definitely raising its game, and it's just trying to help it raise even more and raise the awareness and make people realise, it's changed my life massively, that I made more independent, and other people, and it's just amazing, amazing people like today, being at the Adidas house is incredible. So it's just, makes it feel so surreal.